Good morning. Well, yeah, it's still morning, guys. I'm trying to get this done. I'm gonna keep doing this. These are not the droids you're looking for. I don't know why. It is still early in the day. I'm trying to get a bunch of stuff done right now. I owe you guys a video about this knife. There's somebody that already claimed it, so this is not gonna be those ones where I tell you it's for sale. Somebody already claimed it, and what we're gonna talk about is the Bark River JX5 Vengeful One. Now this is done by Mr. Tanner. This was designed by Mr. Tanner over at Prepared Mind 101. And oops, earthquake. Sorry, I kicked the tripod. This is kind of a revisitation of what he called the JX series. He had the JX that was done by Trade. And then I think he's kind of distanced himself. He doesn't like the way that went. I guess he basically gave them the design, and so what they came up with, Bark River, and he came up with a newer version, almost a bolo style blade with a very unique handle. Now this one has the over-the-top customized lava handle with mosaic pins. It is very attractive, but on something for what this is designed for, I think it's a little bit showy, but I'm not gonna lie, it is gorgeous. So what you have here is you have a massive hunk of CPM 3V done with Bark River's always gorgeous, you guys know I love convex grinds. It is convexed from here all the way up. You know, you can kind of see some shouldering marks where it was ground, but I'm not gonna lie, it is stupid for a knife this thick and this large and this heavy. It is shaving sharp. So I just actually had somebody text me. I made a knife last night my way, and then someone claimed it, and another guy asked me about it and had texted me. I always say first come, first serve. First person says they want it, it's theirs. So I'm gonna let him know I can do a custom order for him. We're talking, this is factory edge. That's the factory edge you get on a Bark River. I love Bark River knives. They always come ridiculous sharp. So what this is, it was Mr. Tanner's envisioning of a pretty much multi-purpose tool that you could take to the woods. You could use it as a chopping tool. You could use it for some fine detail work, because once you get up here, which is pretty awesome, I'm going to explain some of the things to you. Once you get up here, this knife is so balanced, it feels in hand as easily balanced as this. It's a little heavier, but the balance is not any different. So that's what he calls the neutral position. He put some thought into this. The man thinks about stuff. Has this huge big belly. It's really thick right here. The whole thing is thick, but right here especially, you have that big belly for chopping. You have several hand positions on this. You have the neutral, which you can get up and do detail work. Trust me, I've done it. You have the second grip down here where you can do some minor chopping, and if you really need to really choke back on that, you have a tool that can be used for detail work, minor chopping, and then you could just use it like a fucking axe. I saw him take his prototype that just amazes me. That gets me every time that there's something like that that is that sharp. Batoning. Perfect for batoning. Big, wide. Just 3V is a very impact resistant. Now, I'm not going to try and bring you guys in from the reverse because it's too big. I wouldn't be able to get it in frame. If you look, that's more than 2 hands long. 2 hands and a couple fingers wide. Thick. It's more than a 1/4 inch thick, but it is ground very well. It's got a very good using grind on it. And like I said, it's attractive. If it wasn't for the fact that I have no purpose for this, I was going to keep this. I have no use for this anymore. This needs to go to somebody that has a use for it, and one of your subscribers, Ken, already spoke for it. He wants it. They come with this basically scabbard that you'd have for a sword with multiple points. You have belt loops. You can strap it on if you wanted. It's just an amazing designed sheath. All Bark River knife sheaths are amazing. They always come great. And the fact that this was done and executed so well at the price point, which is around $300 to $350 depending on the options, which is about where this one was, you know, you see them on a secondary market for $400 sometimes. You can't just get one. You got to pretty much pre-order one of these. You go to their site, you pre-order it. But this would be something that if I was still someone who camped a lot, things like that, if I was doing some outdoor style camping like I used to, not like just taking a tent and going into the KOA and hanging out. If you're going out into the woods and you want a tool that you can use for pretty much most of your tasks without having to carry a big fucking axe, this is what you got. You can split wood with it. You can chop wood with it. You can chop fucking things, but you can still use it like a knife. And the fact that it's 3V means that there's very little chance you're gonna have to resharpen that. The fuller up here on it to reduce a little bit of weight but maintain strength, it feels good in hand. I really like it in that neutral grip. But like I was saying, if I was gonna chop some limbs off that I needed to process some stuff, you know, processing some wood at the, you know, around a campsite, pretty much perfect. Good for chopping off limbs to make tent stakes, things like that, to make a lean-to. Got everything you need right there in that. So I just wanted to, God, it looks menacing and intimidating. Like it comes out the camera like, ah! It looks like a fucking sword. So just wanted to get that done. And like I said, the leather that you get with a Bark River knife, made in Michigan, really good quality, everything about it. So Ken, there's your knife. I'm gonna have, as Dwayne says, a little bit of hot dog water. The other thing I wanted to show you guys was the finished product. I had a Carter Prime come in, and it's got some finger oils on it, and it's kind of not showing the color as well. This was a knife that one of our subscribers wanted to have done, just to make it look a little better. It looked pretty plain. It had a lot of factory, you know, markings on the blade, so it was made in Taiwan, this and that. This is the one that I had to put some more ceramic bearings in because I lost a few of the bearings. I recounted, I only actually lost about 5 of the bearings. So I did put bearings back in it to replace. It is a very smooth knife for a relatively inexpensive knife. It's very smooth. I did put some fluorinated grease in there on top of the fact that I'd given it a little nano oil just to kind of thin it out. This has IKBS, and IKBS usually runs on grease. The thing is, if you don't have a way to take apart an IKBS knife, you probably shouldn't do it. I took it apart not knowing it was IKBS. But anyway, this was the end product. So I did yellow ceramic and black ceramic on the blade in a two-tone. I did blue, and I did orange peel and bronze. It's not as it's not popping the way it was because, like I said, I've handled it and I've got oils on it, and then I did orange peel and bronze on the pocket clip, and I threw it all back together, and it went from a knife that I was like, eh, to a knife that I was like, if it looked like that from the factory, I'd have bought it. Maybe. Very useful blade design. This is a little uncomfortable to me. I don't know why. That just doesn't feel right. The way that oh, my finger's sore. The way that flipper tab sits after you flip it, it just doesn't feel the way I'd want it to. But this was one of the things that, you know, I've had customers ask me to do stuff. I also did this Curtis F3. I did blue with bronze accents. Now in this light, you're not gonna be able to see it, but what I did was I tumbled it for a little bit, and you get some bronze accents on the high points and things like that. So it wound up being kind of a darker blue, and then I did a polished bronze on the backspacer. But no, this is just one that I'm going to sharpen this for the guy, and I'm going to send it back to him. I have not quoted him the price completely yet because I want to see what it takes to sharpen it. I don't think it's going to take a lot. It is, I think it's S35VN or XHP. I think it's XHP actually. But one of the things I wanted to talk about, this one, can you see that play right there? Somebody was asking me about why I love ferrum forged knives. If you pull on that, there's no play till it just goes. See, it just goes. You don't get detent play. And I mean, it's not super bad, but I mean, it's more than I would want in a knife. So that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to get those out there. There might not be as many videos and live feeds. My in-laws are in town. We are going to do things with them. I have insurance stuff I have to do Monday, at least Monday, and probably in the afternoons all week. I am making knives. There are none available at the moment. I had 3 that were spoken for. I wasn't going to wait for people to pre-order, so I basically did what I wanted on them. It was kind of like a maker's choice kind of thing, and people bought them. So they've already been spoken for the 2. So the 2 that were not, the 2 that were not spoken for yet are already gone. So basically, we got to wait till those blade blanks come from Niagara Metal. So, all right, guys, that's it. I will get this posted up. I may do a live feed while I'm sharpening. I'm going to stop for here and I'm going to start sharpening. It just depends on how I feel. If you guys probably may see the live feed before you ever see this video post. So I still have to maybe do some editing. Depends on how stupid I sound in this. All right, guys, take it easy, and I'll talk to you later.